Hello, Gemini. Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead, my friends. Happy birthday. Welcome to Gemini season. And boy, do we need this. We needed, after Aries season and Taurus season, they were both kind of tumultuous in terms of placements astrologically. But you come, Gemini, and you bring us balance of the mind and the emotions. And we're grateful, all of us, every one of us, no matter what our zodiac sign is. And effective communication for our deepest desires, goals, and ideas, right? Gemini season is going to allow us to let our multifaceted personality shine, right? So thank you for all of that. If you are brand new and you've just tripped over Ten of Cups Tarot, welcome here. We like to be in the comments. Some of us do, not all of us, but some of us do. Thank you for the thumbs up. If that's what you choose to do while you're here, please know that the subscription button is over there, right where it's always been. And if you'd like to hit the bell button, you'll know exactly when I'm uploading. Thursday is usually the day that I'm doing air signs. So welcome to Air Sign Day. All right, so we are going to look at the week ahead as we always do. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for Gemini. And if you are cross-watching a Gemini, thank you. Why wouldn't you be? And here we go. Let's find out. We're going to use Wisdom of the Oracle, and then we're going to use the Divine Goddess Oracle. We're going to throw some tarot at it. We're going to clarify with tarot, find out what's going on here. And let's find out what is up for Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Please keep in mind that no matter when you find this reading, today, tomorrow, next year, it's always going to be for the week ahead. I always read for the week ahead. Tell me about Gemini, please. We have here and now, we have chop wood, and we have happy. All right. So at the bottom of the deck, we have why. I feel like the here and now is telling me, as I look at this card here, I want to say that you are slowly moving away from whatever was back there. I want to say you're slowly going to be, through Gemini season, through balancing the mind and emotions, you're gonna pull away from whatever lack was in your past. We do have card number 32, which is a 5, and you can see that this particular egg here, whatever's about to hatch, is more in the past than it is in the future. I feel like you're coming up to the halfway point. You're about ready to pull out of some old vibration and move forward into the future, but here and now is where you are, and I feel like the here and now is not quite into the future, but pulling out of the past, pulling out of an old vibration. And it's hard work, right? That's what chop wood is about. It's about really hard work. It's card number 42, which is a 6. And I feel like if someone else is ready to put in the hard work with you, Gemini, you're ready to put in the hard work. But if they're not going to put it in, you're like, nah, bruh. Nope, I'm not doing that. I'm not putting in all of the work here. So I feel like with the door open, that somebody here is possibly going to be inviting people in. I want to say that you're ready to invite people in. You've done all the hard work here. I feel like you've worked really hard to get to the place where you are in the here and now. And I feel like you are ready to give somebody reciprocity. The door is open, right? You're inviting people in. I feel like if you haven't had this shift yet, I feel like the shift is coming for you. We do have card number 6 and 2 is 8. We have card number 8 here. It's card number 26. And I feel like everything is in balance. Like, I feel like as we move through your season here, Gemini, I feel like you're going to realize that you are happy, and not for any particular reason, not because something's being given to you or you're winning anything or you have a lot of money, and maybe those are reasons why you're happy, but I don't think that this is it. I feel like you're just happy to be you, which is the card number 8, which is the self. It's like you've put the hard work in on the self, and now you're going to be happy. You know what I think? I feel like all of your chakras are opening. I feel like you are coming from a place here which has been really hard in the past, and I feel like with all of these, you can see all of the chakra colors are here, right? We've got yellow and orange and purple and pink, and we've got blue, right? It feels like whatever you're learning, you are going to tell others. Blue is the throat chakra. So it feels like, why? I feel like because it was time. I feel like you still have questions, I want to say. We do have card number 31, which is a 4. And maybe as you move through, it almost feels like a progression. As you move through this progression here, it feels like you will find out why. You will get the answers to the questions that you ask. Oh, look, we have a soulmate at the bottom of the deck. Interesting. We might talk about that later. Let's get to some tarot and find out what is going on here for you. for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Gemini, if you're interested in a private read, please look below this video to the top of the comments section. I have pinned a note that gives you a link to Wizio if you want to book me. It's the only place where you can book me, my friend, if you're interested in one question or more private reading, right? All right, here we go. We've got the Knight of Coins. We have the Page of Swords. I kind of love this energy. So the Knight of Coins, I want to say it took you a very long time, or it is taking you a very long time, because it says here and now, it is taking you a very long time to pull out of some vibration, some old vibration. And that means that there's a comfort zone back here, and it is filled with people that you love, people that you like, people that you've had a good time with. And it feels like you've been trying to pull out of that. And I don't think you're trying to pull out of it for any terrible reason. I feel like you've realized you've outgrown the vibration. So it feels like you are still a little bit in the past, and you're still feeling a little bit in lack. But as we cycle through this Gemini season, I feel like you're going to feel more and more and more powered up until you get to this happiness here. We have the Page of Swords under chop wood, and I think that is absolutely fitting, because I feel like with the Page of Swords is always open to learning. This is the student, right? I'm open to learning whatever it is that you're going to throw at me. I feel like the sunshine is coming through the door for a reason. I feel like it's a brighter day. I feel like you will be inviting people into your home, or opening the door, or opening your arms to whatever the Page of Swords is willing to source, right? Because the Page of Swords is digging up things always, right? It's the one who is studying and learning, and goes down the rabbit hole on whatever interests them. So I do feel like the chop wood energy here is telling me that you're putting the hard work in on learning about you, learning about who you want in your life and who you don't want in your life. I feel like you'll be making some cuts over the month, over this Gemini season. Tell me about happy. We do have the Seven of Cups. And so I feel like it's emotional happiness that we're looking at. Now, I feel like it's confusion, because I want to say that for some of you, maybe this isn't a place where you live. Maybe this isn't a place you've been in a really long time. We do have 7 cups, and to me, cups are months. So it feels to me like it's been probably a really long stretch of time that you have been trying to learn about chopping wood, about putting in the hard work, about clarity, right? The sun's coming through the door, about how to be more open with your thoughts, with your feelings, with what you're learning. And I want to say that the 7 of Cups is telling me that you're confused, that at the end of all of this, you end up really happy, and not for any reason, not for any external reason, not because of your friends, not because of your family or money, but you just internally, you end up really happy, and it's kind of confusing for you. We do have the 8 of Pentacles. There it is. It's telling me that you've put the hard work in. And that's what this is about. When we look at it from a distance, we can see 5 pentacles, right? But when we look at it really up close here, you can see somebody's got is putting in the hard work, making plans for more. So I want to say that's what this realization is. I kind of love that. The realization is you are the subject matter expert of your life, that you're going over the details of what you want to create next. And I feel like you've become the subject matter expert at creation in your own life. It's going to lead to the 10 Pentacles. It's going to lead to a lot of possibly financial happiness, but it could be just abundance in general, good health, good wealth, being very happy, right? That's what I feel like we're looking at here. So I feel like you come from the 5 Pentacles, but that you are working really hard to get to the 8. All right. I feel like you're being totally patient, though. I don't, it always is going to depend on your moon and your rising, my friend. But I feel like you're really patient. You might have Virgo in a moon or a rising sign, possibly. You're being really patient, moving slow, going over the details. You're not in any hurry to leave that hard cycle back there. It's like you really want to make sure that this is what you want to do, because once you pull out of that old vibration, you're not going back. Tell me what else we need to know about Gemini, please. Tell me what else we need to know about Gemini. We have ask your angels. So we do have seek the divine. Your angels want to support you. So I feel like if you feel it's taking too long, or if you feel like you've been, like you don't quite feel like you're at the halfway point here, or you're not quite, looking at the future. I feel like you need to settle down into some really good meditation, I'm going to say. Seek the divine. Your angels want to support you. And that means your angels, that means your guides. And so I feel like it's time for you to if you haven't yet, to get into some pretty good meditation to find out what it is that you want from this next cycle of life here. We've got chop wood and the Page of Swords. Why do we have that? We have sacrifice. So you have made a lot of sacrifices. I feel like you've sacrificed people. I feel like the only reason that you're able to open this door and that the sun is shining in is because you're about to sacrifice people. People who are not, people who are taking more from you than they're replenishing. I feel like this, with this 42 it's a 6 and it's reciprocal energy. It is, I feel like you're about to refocus on what it is that you need, and you're willing to make whatever sacrifices you need to make, because I feel like when we know better, we do better, right? Maya Angelou told us that forever and ever. When we know better, we do better. And I feel like this is your case here, that when you know better, you do better. And we do have sacrifice. It says giving up something now for a future reward. So it feels like you're putting in the hard work now so you don't have to work so hard later. Tell me about happy and the 7 of Cups, please. I feel like you're going to have to make a choice here. Resolving issues. It says solving inner conflict with others, healing past trauma. I feel like that's what makes you happy. It feels like you lift it off of your shoulders. You decide that you're going to be truthful and honest with yourself, and you're going to deal with shit right when it arrives. You're no longer going to let it fester. You're no longer going to let it sit back here and keep you pinned to the past. I feel like what you're going to do is you're going to deal with it as soon as it shows up. We've got peace. It's going to give you peace and contentment. Why? Because I feel like you're doing the hard work here to resolve some issues. We've got peace and contentment are coming to you. All right. Let's clarify a little bit more. Find out what's going on with you, Gemini. Tell me more about Gemini, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me more about Gemini. What else does Gemini need to know? What should Gemini ask the angels about? I feel like if you feel stuck, if you feel like things are going too slow, if you feel like you're exhausted with going over details of things and trying to work things out, I feel like you do need to settle down into some meditation or prayer, whatever you do, just be by yourself. And it's time to ask some questions. What do I do next? Tell me what you should ask your angels. We do have the Ace of Pentacles. Where do I involve myself next? What's the next path? I feel like that's what you want to ask your angels. Where do I invest? What is the next thing that I should do? Because we do have an opportunity coming in with the Knight of Pentacles that's moving really slowly. And I feel like once the pentacle arrives, or maybe you know that it's already arriving, or maybe you're ready to go out and get it, you're moving toward it really slowly. But I think you want to ask your angels, what is the Ace of Pentacles? Well, the Ace of Pentacles is abundance. It could be good health, good wealth. It could, when we plant a seed in the ground, we expect that we know what's going to arrive, right? So let's just say we plant a cucumber seed, right? And sometimes that cucumber plant will give us a few, and sometimes it gives enough to feed the whole neighborhood, right? Zucchini is another one, right? People around here are like trying to hide zucchini in other people's cars because they're trying to get rid of them. Do you know what I mean? So we have the Chariot energy here. We have Judgment. So you are making a really big decision to move forward here. It's like a big whoosh. It's like a big push forward here. That's what it feels like here, because you're almost at the halfway point between the past and the future. And I feel like your last push is going to be a really big one. So you're about to make a decision, and I think it's an emotional one about what you're going to do with this Ace of Pentacles, and that's why you're going slow. I feel like you want to do it once and that's it. You don't want to have to go back and forth and back and forth. So I'm going to say with the Judgment card here that it feels like you will be burning something to the ground in order for it to resurrect itself like the Phoenix, and it feels like it might be something emotional because the Chariot is Cancer energy. Tell me more about this sacrifice with the Page of Swords and chopping wood here. What's going on here? Tell me what the sacrifices might be. I feel like with the Page of Swords here that you're thinking about maybe cutting some people out of your life, or cutting some things out of your life. It might be family members. We've got the Four of Wands here. It could be people who you are connected to that feel like family, or the Four of Wands is about sturdy, stable family. It could be people that aren't necessarily sturdy and stable. I want to say that you want to move on to a new cycle here. So that means that you're going to have to sacrifice some things to move forward. They might be family or friends, or they might be friends that feel like family. We've got the Knight of Swords. There you are. You're showing up here. That's Gemini energy. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. So I do feel like putting in the hard work is about to pay off, because I feel like with this Four of Wands here that you're kind of leaving the family unit, and I don't mean your if you're married, your spouse and children. I mean your family unit, or the people that are inside the Four of Wands, I want to say. And these are probably people that you feel a very deep connection to, like a soulmate connection to. But it could be platonic or romantic. Take it as it resonates for you. But the Knight of Swords is screaming out of there. Like the Knight of Swords is grabbing the sword and saying, look, I'm done here. I gotta go. And I feel like that's your energy here. What you are doing is you're sacrificing whatever the Four of Wands is to you. Family, friends, family who feel like friends, or friends that feel like family, something like that. But we do have the Two of Pentacles. I feel like the Two of Pentacles is telling me that you're in the struggle. You're in the struggle because you know you're going to have to sacrifice people, places, things, maybe a job, maybe a relationship. But I feel like you're in the struggle. Why are you in the struggle here? We've got because you've been waiting for so very long, and there's a lot of people in your life that you don't trust that will help you uphold or plant this pentacle, this opportunity. There's a lot of people who just cannot come with you because they're actually holding onto your ankles and pulling you down. They don't want you to go. They would rather see you in their vibration, in the default vibration, where maybe that's the comfort zone, I want to say. That the Seven of Pentacles is the comfort zone where we get the work done, and now we don't know where we're going to go from here. I feel like the Seven of Swords is telling me that there's something under the surface. Like you know that there is more, but maybe there are people in this Four of Wands energy that you need to sacrifice because you don't necessarily trust them. And maybe you're not saying so, but I feel like you've realized it with this Page of Swords here. The Page of Swords is the one who's digging up all the information, really looking at everything carefully, trying to make heads or tails of it. This person is learning. So I feel like you're learning that there are new opportunities out there, and that you just have to be careful. I feel like, again, the Eight of Pentacles is here. It's showing up here with the Page of Pentacles and the Seven. I feel like you've just decided you're going to leave behind people who are not completely being truthful with you, who would rather see you in the struggle and the juggle as you stay in their vibration. And it might be a lot of people who would prefer not to step out of the vibration into another vibration in order to get more, but you do. You want more. So tell me about resolving issues here. What is going to make Gemini happy? What is going to make Gemini happy, please? Resolving issues. There it is, the Hierophant. I like it. The King of Pentacles and the Sun. This is beautiful energy. Like the Hierophant tells me, and I love it because when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And so I feel like you've learned a lesson. That's what it feels like. It feels like you are somebody who's decided, look, I know that people aren't going to be happy with me, moving forward out of their vibration, moving away, maybe buying in a house in a new city, a new town, or a new country. And people aren't going to agree with it, but I have to do the thing that's best for me. I feel like you need to follow the opportunities that are coming up. And I feel like this is the lesson that you learned, and it's really important. The lesson I feel that you learned takes you from the Two of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. It feels like all this hard work is now paying off. It's paying off in abundance, right? So it might be now you have enough and then some to give away. Like it feels like you have enough money, or you have enough health, or you have enough happiness, because we do have happy here. And the sun is shining directly on happy, which is what I really love, because we don't realize that the growth process can be really tough. But once we get to the place where we're happy because we look behind us and we realize how much we've come through, it feels like with the sun, you have grown, I want to say. You now have a clear view of everything that's going on. You now are going to have some questions answered for you, because you know that whatever it is, it's all the hard work ends up being peace, is what it is. And so the sun here, professional growth, spiritual growth, personal growth. It just feels like you're under the sun, and it's really warm, and it's working out in your favor. Let's find out what what's the outcome here. Tell me about the outcome for Gemini, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. This is really beautiful because I think by the end of next week, I feel like after making all these hard decisions and working through things and feeling in lack, feeling like you couldn't keep yourself in balance, I feel like finally getting on that horse with the Knight of Swords energy and getting the heck out of there, I feel is exactly what you need. And I feel like it leads you to learning lessons, getting a lot of abundance, and it keeps growing because it's under the sun. It's kind of really beautiful for you here. Tell me about Gemini. What's the outcome here? We have the Nine of Swords. We have the Queen of Cups, and then we have the Temperance card. You're about to get out of some sort of cycle that you've been in about this. So I want to say that I know that you're an air sign, but I want to say the Queen of Cups is probably the energy that you've been living in for a while. This is the energy that you've been stuck in. And while the Queen of Cups is never really a bad energy to be in, I want to say that you've been stuck in the cycle of being kind and awesome and compassionate and loving and empathic with everyone around you, Gemini. But it's time now for you to break the cycle. How are you breaking the cycle? We've got 9 swords here. You're breaking it with the 1 sword that the page has in the hand. So that's 10 swords. You can bring this cycle to an end. I feel like, it's good to be kind to people, but I feel like when we're nice to people, they tend to walk all over us because they think we're not going to say anything. I feel like you're out of there in a blaze of glory. I feel like you're just leaving and you're like, I don't want to be treated like that anymore. And of course, like I said, it's always going to depend what's in your moon and your rising. So we've got Temperance. Temperance is the moment of alchemy, that you get your balance, that you get your health back in order, that you get your mind back in order. Things start to come in balance here because you've broken a cycle of being overly compassionate, overly emotional. That's what it feels like here, that instead of taking care of everyone else, and we're always going to have to take care of our little ones, right, our children, but I feel like you've been giving to everybody else. It's time now to pull it back in on you so you can learn some lessons and grow here. I feel like you really are growing. Yeah, it's the realization, right, that the 10 of Pentacles can be yours if you would just only not fear the Tower, because the Tower comes to us in mercy. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm out for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back, Gemini. Thank you. Bye-bye.